Hello, welcome back. Today we are doing another Looxi video because I finally got my recent collection in the mail. It was a little bit of more of an adventure than usual getting it in the mail, but I might talk about that a little bit at the end just because I want to get into the shadows. I don't want to talk about shipping concerns right now. But yeah, I have them in this little palette. I have Zenon from Give Me Glow up here, which I recently posted a video about. I'll link that down below. I have a Colourpop glitter that I just got in the mail in here too, just because I put all my new shadows here. And the most recent Looxi collection is these 9 shimmers, and then I also picked up these 3 mattes that I guess I'll just do like a little hand swatch of at the end, because that's not what we're really here for, but I will eventually make a video about Looxi mattes because I really like Looxi mattes, so that's why I wanted to get those shadows. I don't think they had a name for this collection. I think it was just called like Shimmers. So I got them all. There was 9 of them. I don't know. Last collection, the Faerie Tales collection, everything was really good. But then when I open these up, I feel like some of them just don't look shimmery, but like maybe there's a duochrome in there, something I'm not seeing right away. So yeah, and I think what I want to do to make this the most fun for me is to rank them in here from what I think is going to be the worst to what I think is going to be the best, and then swatch them in that order, and then we could see if I was right or if I'm really surprised, because I mean, you may remember last time that there was like a dark green shadow Wicked Witch that I thought I was going to really dislike, and then it like came alive on the eye and I loved it. So I think I'm going to do that, pretty much just rank them from what looks like the most shiny to least shiny. Okay, I made a little L. I'm gonna go from up here back up. The one that I'm most excited about is called Snickerdoodle, and I think it looks a lot like Carving from Clionadh, just in the pan, that just kind of like interesting neutral but kind of like teal. So that would be really cool if it's like a, you know, like a, I don't want to say dupe because I don't expect it to be as good as Clionadh, because Clionadh, you know, you get what you pay for, but it would be nice if it was a suitable alternative if Clionadh is not in your price range that you can spend or want to spend on eyeshadow. And when we get to that, I'll also do like a little comparison swatch like on my hand or something just to show you how that goes. So the shadow that I'm least excited about that we're going to start with is called 8-Track, and I'm gonna zoom in. I have La Cienga, I think that's what it's called, from Colourpop, the glossy lip on my lips. It's a lot more pink than I expected, but it feels really nice. Just thought I'd throw that out there. And I don't have any primer on my eyes. And then also I just got back from vacation and I had the opportunity to film. I didn't want to pass it up just because of this, but I hate having chipped nails. And my nails are a little bit chipped, so I'm really sorry about that. I'm like truly sorry, and when I'm editing this, I'm going to be like, you should have just waited and fixed those nails, but I don't want to wait. I want to get this out. Okay. So 8-Track is described on the website as a blue shade with shifts of pink, purple, and pewter. I stabbed it a little bit with my finger, but it just looked kind of like a boring, steely blue to me, and it doesn't look that shimmery on first glance. Yeah, it has that kind of like thin feel, which I mean, I have been proved wrong sometimes about like the thin feel, but I do prefer when they feel more substantial on my finger and kind of like coat my lid more. Oh, I don't really like this. It just feels like very thin, very sheer. I feel like I do see the pink a little bit in the parts where it's sheared out, but not enough to be interesting, and I'm sure that I have like blues to pinks that I like a lot more than this, because like, yeah, I just don't really like this, and it's not that shimmery. Alright, so our first Looxi fail in a while. That's fun. The next shadow is called Morning Rain. I do like the tone of this one. I'm intrigued by the tone, this like kind of teal color. I've just been finding myself more attracted to teal eyeshadows recently, but it doesn't look that shimmery. So I'm hoping that this one proves me wrong and has like a bomb-ass shift in it, but I just don't know. It says, oh, that's interesting. It says, contrary to its appearance, this sneaky green has shifts of baby blue, smoky purple, and pink. So I hope I hope that they're right. This does feel nicer. Now that I'm touching on my finger, it feels like a little bit softer than the previous one, and I feel like it is reflecting my light nicer. Huh. It does look kind of gray on my eye though. It's interesting though, I feel like on the outskirts of it, it does look kind of like yellowy and green, and I don't think that's like me being stained or whatever, because I just wore a neutral look yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it looks very green out there actually. That's interesting. That's something I feel like I haven't seen before in any eyeshadow, like a teal to Kelly green. Huh. Okay, I have kind of mixed feelings about this one, because I feel like it's really interesting because of that, but am I going to choose this to be my all over the lid shade over other shadows that I have or that are like more sparkly? I'm not sure. Or maybe this is the kind of thing that like I could add some kind of like pressed glitter on the center of the lid to give myself that drama that I want. But I do think that Morning Rain is like miles more interesting than 8-track is. I think 8-track just like doesn't really do anything for me. So the next one's called First Class, and I think I ranked this one so low on my prediction scale because it just didn't look as shimmery as other ones, but I really am intrigued by the tone of this one. And looking at it up close, it does kind of feel like it could be like a cool greenish reddish shade. I don't know. The description says it's a light gold with shifts of green, mauve, purple, and bronze. So I'm kind of excited right now as I'm touching it. It feels like the last one did. It just kind of feels like a little bit more buttery on my finger. It just looks like an interesting neutral, which I'm just all about right now. Huh. Okay, I like this. I think it doesn't have intense sparkle or shine, but it does have some. And I feel like this is the kind of shadow that I could imagine wearing to work or like wearing in a setting where I don't want my eyeshadow to enter the room before I do. I just want it to kind of like complement me and look interesting but not steal the show. And I think this does just that. Yeah, I feel like you can see that kind of like, I feel like I wouldn't call it like a red, but kind of just like a pinkish brown base, which is interesting because I feel like other times that we see this warm base on Looxi shadows, it is more of like a red, but like the base is kind of light and then the shift is, you know, very greenish. I like this one. I'm very intrigued by this one. Cool. This is First Class. Up in the Sky. So the next shadow is called Willow. This one just looks like a darker mossy green. I'm not the biggest fan of deeper greens, and I also feel like I'm a little bit protective over my collection of green shadows because I really like the ones that I really like a lot. But it looks really nice. It looks really pretty. I had a cat named Willow when I was young, so I like the name. It makes me think of him. It's described on the website as a golden green shade with shifts of brown, turquoise, and purple. This feels a little bit thicker than the previous ones, nice and buttery. It does look very deep, but it looks interesting. Wow. Okay, this is a cool shade. I like this. I feel like it looks very brown with like that mossy green shimmers in it. Like, doesn't this look like so many different colors in one? I feel like it looks like I'm wearing a brown matte and I just like patted a little bit of green over it. That's really cool. I think this would look really nice with like a brighter green packed in the center. I have a bright green from Menagerie that came out like in their singles line last year. I did a whole video about those also. Maybe Koi? I can't remember the exact name of that one, but I was really enjoying that one and I think that would look so cool packed in the center. Or even if you have a green look that you want to add some depth to, this would like probably deepen up the outer corner in an interesting way. I could definitely see myself using this. And I think this is a really nice shade. So the next one is really the only warm color they have in this collection. This one's called Cherry Bomb. The tone of it didn't initially excite me that much, but it does look like a really kind of cool, interesting shadow. I feel like it looks like a pinky red with a lot of purple shimmer. The website says it's a metallic red shade with shifts of pink and purple. So I think I hit all the keywords there. Cool. Oh, I really like the way this feels. It feels very thick and very soft. Oh, I think this is going to be an awesome shade, actually. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, now we're talking. This is like exactly what I want in an eyeshadow. It just like on that one swipe, it was so pigmented and it's so shimmery. I really like that. Just trying to smooth it out for fun. I really like the shadow. I think also this, I could see myself wearing it specifically all over my lid and maybe just like a lighter pink on the inner third extending into the inner corner. I would really like that. Or even on the lower lash line, this would look really pretty. Yeah, I'm very impressed with the shadow. I wasn't initially intrigued by the color, but like seeing how it looks on the eye in this formula, I'm very interested in it. So yeah, this is Cherry Bomb, and it's awesome. The next one is the deepest shade in this collection. It's called Twilight. It looks very blue, but I feel like it also, yeah, like it definitely shifts to purple. I think this might be a really good shade also. I think the formula looks exactly like Cherry Bomb did. Cool. It's described as a deep purple with shifts of electric blue and rust. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Feels just like Cherry Bomb on my finger. This looks like a Clionadh shade that I don't have, but I feel like I've definitely seen swatches that actually, or do I have it? Wow, I need to know my collection better. Okay, cool. Cool. This one's also a really nice formula. It looks way more purple on the eye than it does in the pan, but I definitely can see like the sparkles in it look very blue, and you can see here that there is like a reflect of this kind of like rusty pink in it. Oh yeah, and you can see big time when it's farther away from the light how it flips. That's a really nice shadow also. Yeah, I feel like I'm more initially drawn to more like light to mid-tone depths of shadow. That sentence did not work, but I think you know what I mean. But I think the shadow is like kind of a deeper shadow without being too deep, and I could definitely see myself using this in looks, or even just to deepen things up, because I love using a shimmer to deepen up shimmers, because it just, you know, you keep the shimmer going over the whole lid. This one's really interesting and really pretty. Okay, so we have 3 left, and these are the 3 that I was the most excited about. And even I feel like when she released the sneak peek and I was able to see the shadows that were going to be released the next day, I was way more excited about these 3 shades than I've been about sneak peeks of Looxi shadows in a while. So I'm really excited to get into these. This looks awesome. This is the shade Arctic Rose. It just looks so incredibly shimmery, and you could see that like yellow gold, but also like the warm flip in it. Wow, I'm so excited already. It's described as a golden shade with shifts of peach, pink, and copper red. Wow, I'm so excited. It feels thick and soft on my finger. How many times can I say that in one video? I'm gonna be demonetized. Oh my god, that looks so pink in the flip. Wow, I feel like this one could even be similar to, what's that Terra Moon shade? It starts with an A. I feel like I still have like vacation brain going on. I don't know, I'm sure you know. They have a new one also called Terrestrial that's kind of similar to it. Antares, that's it. It kind of reminds me of Antares from Terra Moons, just with that pinkiness and with that goldenness. This is probably more golden than Antares is. I mean, whatever, let's just put it in my eye and see. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, I feel like this is the kind of shade that like erupts in light. That's so pretty. The pinky base did look more pronounced on my finger than it does right now, but knowing that's there, I feel like when I get out into the world and into different lightings, you will see that more. But either way, this is such a pretty shade. I could imagine adding this to a look. I could imagine plopping this on top of something to brighten it up. I could imagine just wearing it completely on its own, just like this. This one's so pretty that I feel like I want to spend more time on it, but I don't know if I have that much more to say because, like, just look at it. It's gorgeous. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. Arctic Rose, it's definitely a thumbs up for me, and it's definitely going to get a lot of wear from me. The penultimate shade I'm so excited about. It's called Venus, and it kind of just looks like maybe like the more champagne-y version of the previous one. It's described as a soft yellow gold with shifts of pink, lilac, green, and caramel. That sounds delicious. It feels like the last one. Wow, yeah, I think it does look exactly like a more champagne version of the last one. Wow. Wow. Yeah, and I'm sticking to that. I feel like you want something more golden, kind of even borderline greenish, go for Arctic Rose. If you want something a little bit more light and champagne, but like it's not white, like it still has a little bit of tone to it, but it's really just like a, yeah, like a champagne, then go for Venus. If you're like me and you love this kind of thing, you love interesting light shades, then I mean, go for both. Have I reminded you yet in this video that these are $3 shadows? Yeah, I love it. I feel the same. The pink is not too loud, but it's definitely there. You could see it in the reflect, and I bet in real life you'll see it even more. This is the kind of shadow I would definitely throw on if I have like a super light makeup look on. Even like makeup to go to the beach. I mean, I just like wearing makeup. I wear makeup to the beach. There's nothing wrong with that. And I could see myself throwing this on for like a simple, airy makeup, but also like I could dress it up and wear it in a louder look. Beautiful. Okay, this last one I am absolutely pumped for. It's called Snickerdoodle. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna pop up the picture of the swatch on the website also. I know that like I usually don't get them to look like the swatches. I have gotten some comments about how like, you know, it's nice that they're honest about using a mix and medium and stuff. I am someone that never uses a mixed medium. Perhaps I should, but like that's just not fun to me with makeup. I don't know, maybe my taste will change in the future and I will experiment more with that, but as of now, I take the swatches as what they look like when I use my finger and put them onto my eye. But if we can get anything remotely similar to how that swatch looks, I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna be thrilled. I'm already thrilled just looking at it. So this is the shade Snickerdoodle. This is everything that I want in an eyeshadow right now. It's described as a silvery green shade with shifts of pink, red/purple, turquoise, and gold. It feels just like the last couple, which, oh wow, makes me so excited. And I feel like this kind of shade too, it's not necessarily everyone's cup of tea. It's just like a specific thing that I'm so into. Like I feel like it's like a light teal reflect with a warm base. And it has that thick, beautiful formula. And I love it. Yeah, I love it. My face is a little bit of a mess from all those previous swatches. But like, you can see how beautiful it is, right? Wow, that's so nice. I'm gonna put it on my other eye too, just because I know I'm going to build a look around this. That's so pretty. I feel like this even too would be something that kind of like melts into my face, and I can imagine wearing it and having it just be like an interesting shadow that you might not notice right away, you know? But also this like around a warm look or around teal look would look so pretty. Possibly even in my inner corners, but I am nervous about the base. But if you have the deeper skin tone, then this in the inner corners would probably look so cool. I'm getting exactly out of this what I was hoping, and I'm really happy about that. So this is Snickerdoodle, and I'm absolutely obsessed. And I'm going to put on my makeup around this eyeshadow. We'll come back, we'll talk about the shades. I'll swatch them in order of how I like them. I'll do a comparison of this with Carving, just because I am also personally curious. And oh, and I'll also show you the 3 mattes. I'll probably try to use that in this look right now. A lot going on. Okay. This is the finished look. I'm feeling it. It's working for me. I have Snickerdoodle on the lid. I extended that into my inner corner. I extended it down into my lash line, and then in the outer lash line, I put that tealish one, the second one, Morning Rain, and then on my upper lid, I used a little bit of Willow to deepen it up, and I also did use the 3 mattes that I purchased also, and I'm still unpacking my travel makeup bag. I might film a whole video about that after this, but because of that, I had my Colourpop blue mascara sitting out, so I just grabbed that for my mascara. I switched out my lip to Colourpop 0.0 because I feel like the pink didn't go at all with this look, and yeah, I like it. So let's talk about these shades a little bit more. I feel like, all in all, I can definitely say my least favorite was that first one, which was 8-track. I don't know how long it's gonna last in my collection. It just feels like kind of almost dry to the touch. And it doesn't do anything for me. You know, maybe there's someone out there that like this is their perfect kind of shade. They like this kind of like grayish purple, but I'm just not into it. I don't find it particularly special. And yeah. When it comes to the other ones, I do feel like my ranking was pretty good, and I feel like a lot of the formulas do feel the same, and the biggest difference is just your color preference. I guess Morning Rain is a clear second to last, just because I thought it was interesting with that green flip to it. Oh yeah, there you go. But it doesn't have the like shimmery formula that I wish it did. But it is an interesting shadow, and I hope to get some kind of use out of it. Yeah, and then we had First Class, which I liked a lot. I feel like if it had more shimmer, then it would be up with my top 3. But it's down here just because it doesn't have that kind of shimmer, but I do really like the tone and the flip to that. Next 3, all really nice, probably the most pigmented out of all of them. We had Willow, Cherry Bomb. Oh, that still looks so good. Wow. And Twilight. I feel like Cherry Bomb might even be the most impressive formula-wise. It's just that I love the top 3 colors more than I love that color, but it's definitely like a really nice quality shadow. And then for the creme de la creme, we have Arctic Rose, Venus, and Snickerdoodle. 3 shadows that I'm super excited about. You can see how they catch the light, and I definitely feel like if I could keep 3 from this collection, it would definitely be these. But these 3, I'd be kind of sad to give up also. And then as promised, this is Carving, which I mean, looking at it, it's so incredible. It's so special. I don't think a $3 shadow could compare. I feel like Looxi, even when they're really good, like they have their limitations, and that's fine, but I do think it might be kind of the closest similar shadow that I found. Yeah, I think you can see that Carving is a little bit deeper, and I feel like it just, the directions it goes a little bit farther. I think it's a little bit more turquoise in the flip, and then a little bit more warm purple in the base. But they both do have a similar vibe. And I think that especially if you layer Snickerdoodle over a deeper base, like over a purple perhaps, you'll get similar to where Carving is. Because I mean, on the eye, I don't know if I can get everything I want to get in this one frame. Because I feel like Snickerdoodle on my eye is giving that Carving vibe. And then the 3 mattes I picked up, they weren't new or anything, but I have just been kind of wanting to buy these when they're available, and they do restock their mattes every now and then. They restocked when they dropped these shimmers, so I picked them up. So it's Sweetheart, Dreamy, and Sultry. On the website, the pictures of these 3 looked like almost the same, so I was kind of curious what I was going to get, because the descriptions sounded like they were more different, and they definitely are more different now that I have them. And I'm excited to use them. They're the kind of neutrals that I like, and I really like Looxi's matte formula. So yeah, there's my little hand of swatches featuring the one Clionadh one. So when it comes to shipping with Looxi, I think I've mentioned this before, that it's a small brand, they don't ship out very quickly, and I think I am very kind of understanding and forgiving about that. Just, you know, I wouldn't expect to place an order and have it shipped right away. They usually ship in about like 2 or 3 weeks. So for this one, they launched on April 29th. And when I bought it, I paid for expedited shipping because I went on vacation on May 21st, I thought it was, and I figured that they would probably ship sometime in the week before my trip, and I was hoping that if they shipped quickly enough, then I would be able to film this video and get it up before then. So when I got my shipment confirmation on May 16th, I was like, maybe this will be it. I think that was like a Monday, and then if I was able to get them by Friday, I would be able to film and edit that day and then post it on Saturday. But what happened after it shipped on the 16th was it just, like, maybe it was just that like the label had been created, so I got notified because the label had been created, but it wasn't actually shipped yet. But then it was received by the post office, but then the shipment hadn't been scanned in, something like that. I'm sure if you've checked orders before, you've seen messages like that. But I guess what I got out of it was that, like, my expedited order was in the same big crate as all the other orders that she brought in. And I don't know how much business they get. I don't know how many expedited orders they get, but I would have thought that if you have all of your regular shipments in a big, huge box waiting for the post office to take them all out and scan them all individually, that maybe the expedited ones would be in a separate, smaller box so that they would get done quicker, you know? So I guess I found that kind of weird that, like, I don't know. I don't usually pay for expedited anything, and maybe I was just misunderstanding. I didn't think that it would mean my order would get out quicker, but I just thought that it would get scanned in at the post office quicker and get shipped to me quicker. So after I got my shipment notification on May 16th, it arrived to me on May 28th. So 12 days later. And then when I got the label also, I thought it might say like 2-day shipping on it or something like that. It didn't have any marker on it that showed me that it had been expedited. I can't say that it wasn't, but I just don't know. It's not that big of a deal. I just thought it was kind of interesting, a little bit annoying, and I definitely won't be buying expedited shipping from them again because I feel like, you know, it still took like exactly a month from placing my order to receiving my order, and that's pretty much how it is every time I've ordered from them. So a little bit frustrating, but I think it is what it is. It's cheap eyeshadows. I'm still happy to buy them and to make these videos, and you seem to enjoy them, so I'm happy to do that. I just thought I would kind of share that experience about the expedited shipping because it wasn't what I expected it to be. I thought that, like, after I got my confirmation on the 16th that it shipped, I might get it on like the 18th or the 19th, but no such luck. Also, maybe I should have mentioned this in the beginning, but I did see that they have a sale going on right now. It is happening right now as I'm filming this, but I'm not sure how long the sale is going on for. It makes the shadows $2.50 instead of $3, so maybe go and check and see if that's still going on by the time I get this video up, if you're interested in those. But thought that I'd throw that out there. I think that's the last order of business that I had to say about Looxi today. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for enjoying these videos, for supporting, for liking and subscribing. It really, really, really means a lot to me. And yeah, stick around, please. There's a lot more indie makeup content to come, and that's everything. Bye.